All right, welcome back to Hive Winterization Part 2, the final chapter. So last video we put the Vivaldi boards on and we wrapped the hives with black tar paper. And today we're going to insulate with 2-inch polystyrene extruded foam. And if you want to see how I made this, click here. So we're going to put a shell of foam around the sides and the back of the hive. We're going to leave the front of the hive open because the hives are facing to the south in the northern hemisphere, which means they get full winter sun. And the sun is going to heat up the tar paper theoretically and warm up the hive a little more. If you had the front insulated, the sunlight would not be penetrating into the hive and it wouldn't be as warm. So 3 sides of insulation and a roof. An insulated roof. So let's put this stuff together. I'm just going to have a quick peek in here and see if they have eaten any of their fondant. Yay! They found it. They're nibbling. That is great. All right, so it's this 2 inches of foam. It's just going around the top of the cover. I'm going to put this down, pushing downward, and then I'm going to put the foam up so the foam is touching the foam. And I'm affixing this using a screw and a wide fender washer, going right into the side of the wood. There it is. Checking fondant. Oh yeah. Happily nibbling away. Good job. All right, I'm gonna add a little more burlap to this one. This is like a blanket. Covers that inner hole. All right, now I'm going to do hive right a little bit differently. Rather than make a foam cover to go over a foam cover, I'm just going to put a foam cover on top of this. So, spacer's still here to just raise it up just a hair so we don't block our ventilation. This is the new cover I made out of 2-inch polystyrene foam. This stuff actually has a fiberglass coating on the top, so it's extra protection for outdoors. We have ventilation here, up underneath. And again, I'm going to put weight on this to push downward so I know I'm down as far as I can go. And then put the foam up so it touches this, so it's a seal here. There it is. Some screws in there. There it is. So we have a lower entrance. We have tar paper. We have an upper entrance. Up here underneath, just above that upper entrance, are some ventilation holes for that Vivaldi board. So hive moisture can come out of there. 2 inches of foam continuously around the sides and the back, and 2 inches of foam on top. Plus that foam, the way it overhangs, gives them a little awning for flying in and out of that upper entrance. Right up there. So there they are. My neighbor's beehives. To bed for the winter. Just a quick update to the end of this video. I never really explained my thought behind putting hive left into a nuke. And the reason I did that was because in my mind, when the bees have a low, wide 10-frame medium box, they had 2 medium boxes, 10 frames wide, and the top had nothing in them. So I was going to remove that box anyway, and I could have just left them with a medium 10-frame box. But I thought that if they're in the middle of the winter and they want to go get food from one end of the hive to the other, they have to go across 9 frames to get over to get the food that's on the other side. And that seemed like a pain in the ass to me. So putting 5 frames over 5 frames, my thought was if they cluster in a ball, they can move up and down vertically and be within those frames that they need, rather than having to move all over the place. So that's why I did it. They have 10 frames. The 10 best frames that were in that hive are stacked on top of each other now. So I'm really excited how this insulation came out. I think they're going to be all set for the winter. I just did the best I could. And they have fondant. They're all eating fondant now, which is really good news. The days are getting chillier despite today's kind of warm weather, but they're having cold nights now. It is below freezing every single night, and you know, winter's coming. So thank you guys so much for watching. There's going to be more to this series, the Neighbor Bees series playlist, coming up in a few weeks, maybe a month. I'm going to be moving these hives from where they are now down to my bee yard. So there is going to be more to this playlist this year. Stick around, stay subscribed, and thank you so much for all of your help. Well, there is one thing I forgot to do. This is a little addendum to the last video. Inside these boxes are Apivar strips that were put in 40 days ago, and I have to take them out before winter. It's actually 60 degrees Fahrenheit today, November 18th. And it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Totally bizarre. So, I'm going in to take out the Apivar strips. I have to take the lid off and then reach in and remove some frames from the top box, and then reach down to the bottom to pull the strips out, because the boxes are all tied together with the foam and the tar paper. So I'm going to have to kind of make a way down. So here we go. Have a little peek under the lid. See how they're doing with the fondant. Hey, hive left. Hive left is eating fondant. Yay. Good job, bees. All right, back to normal there. Now for hive right. Check of the fondant in hive right. Looking good. Munching away. All right, I'm gonna take this off, and you know what? I stapled this on. I gotta pull these staples. All right, inner cover's off. Now I gotta reach down through these frames and pull out those strips. All right, the mission was a success. I got the strips out. But wouldn't you know it, the very last time this year I opened up the hives, and the only time I did not bring my camera up here on a tripod to do anything on the hives, I got my first bee sting. Very first thing ever. I was reaching in to get the strips, and the second I got near the hive, I felt it. Went right in. And that was my fault. But hey, I did it. I got a sting, got the strips out. Bees are looking great. It's gonna snow tomorrow. Oy. November 20th, 2016. pretty good year. See you in the spring.